on this fine day, which we call Tuesday. It is the Crypto Hour of Power, and I have in the studio the man himself, the legend. Okay,
The legend.
I say that because he brings me a enhancing drink every time that he comes in. He knows I need a little bit of a kick up the butt.
Yes, you do, mate. Yes, you do.
Great to see you,
Liquid
Brandon.
inspiration. Great to see you too, mate, and your shirt.
Oh, mate, look, it's a special one just for you. Now, you know, I know every Tuesday you look forward to hanging out with Aaron, but we've got two for you today.
Yeah, it's going to confuse me. There's two Aarons.
You've invested here. So you have Aaron on the line, and I'm going to let you guys do the introductions, go through all of that, because my word, Aaron, you got quite a bio, mate. Oh, there we go.
Immediately just got a phone call. G'day, Aaron. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Not bad for a Tuesday. All right, I'm going to give you the little quick introduction that you've sent through. You have a PhD in physics, over 10 years experience in software dev, and for the the normies out there, dev means developer. All right, this is what we call developers in the biz. We call them devs, right?
Oh, you kids, you got to shorten everything.
That's right, you young whippersnappers. All right, developing products and building teams. Jumped into and fell in love with crypto during COVID in early 2021. Founded Tanks for Playing in late 2021. Social crypto gaming took off during the Axie craze. Yeah, I remember that. Joined Swell in 2022 as a lead dev. Once again, there's the lingo. It's a staking platform with over 800 million TVL in a couple of months after launch. Right, okay. Now, TVL, for yous out there, is total value locked. Okay?
Right, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll jot this down.
Right, you taking notes? All right, so anyways, how you going there, Aaron, again? You're all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. How are you guys going?
Yeah, good, mate. Did I miss anything in that intro?
No, I wouldn't want to oversell it. No, we've got 80 million total value lock, so not 800, but we'll be there soon enough, I think.
Oh, right. Did I read that wrong?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Next
Just
week.
10x'd it.
Next week. We'll get there.
That's a quick 10x. Big candlestick. Whoa, up and to the right. All right, cool, man. All right, well, what we normally do, because it is a crypto show, is I like to sort of investigate people's sort of background and what they've done pre-crypto, because we all weren't born into crypto. We sort of had a gradual journey into it, and everyone has a different sort of a path. Excuse me. So, pre-crypto, before you were doing anything, Mr. PhD, what were you doing before crypto?
Yeah, so I guess right before crypto, I basically left uni, realised, being a PhD, doing that kind of academia wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And it was the time of the mining boom, so it kind of, data science was the rage, and the mining industry was needing smart people, so I jumped ship, worked in industry, worked for the big boys of town, and did a lot of software dev, a lot of data science and all that kind of stuff. And I think over time just found my niche as doing like cloud development and building cloud platforms and all this kind of techie stuff. And then eventually got bored of it, realized I wanted to change, and that's when I jumped ship, and then kind of had that moment of, okay, now what do I do with my life? And I saw this ad on Seek, and I had a little office down in Canning Vale, and there was this crypto business. It was like 5-minute drive away from my office. So applied for it, got the job, and I just fell in love with crypto ever since. And don't really want to go back at this stage.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You swallowed the pill.
That's it.
That's right.
Once you're taking the pill, there's no looking back. A bit like the Matrix, it opens up your eyes to a lot of things. Righty, so you've been into crypto for a while, but obviously you would have heard of Bitcoin in university and crypto and that sort of stuff. What kind of made you plunge into it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a techie at heart, so I I like anything technical. I heard about Bitcoin in the really early days, like 2009, post GFC, all of that shenanigans, all that happening, and I still remember, local Bitcoin, that was the only way you could really get Bitcoin at that stage, or you had to mine it yourself. I think I had to go at CPU mining. That was an epic failure, but maybe looking back, I should have kept going at it for a little bit. But I think I've still got a memory of where I was working, and I think it was like 2012 or something like that, and I jokingly, said, "Oh, I'll pay back this pizza in Bitcoin," and you laugh at it, and back then it was only worth a few dollars. So it's come a long way since.
Quite an expensive slice now, mate.
Yes.
yeah, big gold crusted.
Yeah, no, that's right. There's been a few people that I know that bought things over the internet with Bitcoin now, and they're sort of back in the day, and they're like, now, Jesus Christ, that cost a lot of money,
Hope it was worth it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But that's what it used to be for. It was basically for tech nerds and, gamers and, people on the internet, and also the dark net and all that sort of thing, It's just the evolution now that's come into mainstream, like it's pretty much getting adopted everywhere, So it's really interesting to talk to people that have go back in time and just go, I mean, we were talking about things like this and, back in the day, like, oh, yeah, banks are going to do it, companies are going to do it and that sort of stuff. It was a pipe dream, but now it's becoming to reality, which is, I don't know whether it's a good or a bad thing. Have you got a view on that, Aaron? Do you like?
I mean,
no, not you.
No, me. Right. Okay, right.
You don't have views, mate.
No views. No. I sit here, press buttons. That's basically my entire life, really.
All right, we're going to call you Aaron. You're Aaron 1, and the Aaron on the phone is Aaron 2.
I'll be AA Ron. Okay, we'll work on that one. Okay.
Cool, brother. All right, I've forgotten the question now. Does anyone remember it? What was the question?
Oh, well, I thought it was about your attraction to it, but there you go. That's where you were heading, but all right. Sorry, Aaron, sorry to interrupt you there, mate. Look, honestly, you've done the uni thing, as you say. You paid for your pie with crypto, so to speak. You're obviously a young fella with uni not that far behind you. What stopped you really from really jumping into it? And I know you said you mined it a little bit or attempted to mine it, but what stopped you making the jump earlier than the old woo flu?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I think looking back, I think I was struggling to kind of find the use case for it because, it was, you could buy it, you could sell it, you could hold it. And, if that seemed okay, but it didn't really hit the notes for me in terms of how's it actually going to affect me in a day-to-day life? I mean,
yeah, the utility.
Yeah. Whereas I think now it's I'm fully deep in the Ethereum stack, so I see it as a worldwide computer. I see that as the big changing feature, and I still have tremendous respect for Bitcoin as the kind of grandfather of the ecosystem, but I see the utility that Ethereum brings with smart contracts, and to me that's been the unlock that makes me go, no, I can actually build something on this. Yeah. It's not just a passive something, it's actually something I can get involved in and do something with.
No, I agree with you on that one. It seems to be, it stopped it from, in some ways, being an asset and made it more of a currency, I guess. Is that what you're thinking, or is that just my thought on that one?
Yeah, digital gold, digital oil, you can now do things with it. It's not just a shiny thing that you just hold on to and then hope it goes up in value. You can actually, even with Bitcoin, you can wrap it on Ethereum, and then you can go put it on a lending borrowing platform, and you can borrow against it, and that's good for tax, and there's really great benefits to that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's the whole ecosystem that's been built out of crypto, and that kind of went back to where we're going, is, when we were talking back in the day, oh, maybe this will happen, maybe that'll happen, and now it's actually all happening where you can get loans off your crypto, you can cross-chain, you can wrap, you can, or yield farming, like passive income, trading, the whole 9 yards. It's just sort of exploded. Now, you're very much into the Ethereum network. And I like to look at Ethereum as oil, basically, and then things are built on top of it. What makes you so bullish on Ethereum?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is we all know Ethereum has many flaws, and there are many great networks out there that are, they have the tech, they have better tech, they have, fantastic futures.
Faster, cheaper.
So,
Yeah.
why does it cost like, $2 if I want to go send you some Ethereum? Why does it cost me $2 to do it? Well,
Yeah.
I think it's because that's the value. Like, there's clearly a value associated with using Ethereum. So
Yeah.
I think that's why people flock to Ethereum, is because that's the value chain.
Yeah, it is getting a bit clunky though, even with the upgrade. It was supposed to lower fees. I don't think it really did. And when you're unlocking contracts and all stuff, it can get pretty pricey. But people are still building on it. Still got momentum. So yeah, it's a big future for it. There are other chains, but Ethereum I think will be around forever. It not only has the first mover advantage, it also has the devs, and the structure, that sort of thing. Yeah. Well,
and that's what I like about Ethereum, is that also, like all the other chains out there, a lot of them are based on the same tech. So they've taken the Ethereum code, like Polygon and Binance Smart Chain, and Base is the new one that everyone's talking about at the moment. That all of these things are based on the same, source code as Ethereum. And so now, as a dev, I can go and deploy my code to multiple chains and get best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much just copy and paste, which is a lot of chains do. It's very easy to do. Oh my God, I'm getting indigestion from that Red Bull.
Oh, mate, but it's so healthy. Come on.
It is a spoonful of sugar.
Oh, look, we got to get you on the good gear. We've got the absolutely the Elevate here, mate. Natural stuff. You got to get onto it. Look at me. I am like a picture of health. And
yes, you are.
I am.
Yes,
true.
You're a picture of something. Right?
Yeah, Aaron's very lucky. This is radio. I'm just going to put it that way. All right.
Cool. All right. So yeah, so you're very bullish on Ethereum. Your protocol looks interesting. I haven't had a lot of time to dive into it, but I know people that we know and all that sort of stuff that have have got good things to say about it. We're going to go to a song in a minute, but I do want to touch on. I'm going to grill you a bit about the whole staking and that sort of stuff, and sort of dive into the weeds a bit more. So yeah, when we come back, what song are you playing, Aaron?
Look, why don't we go some AC/DC to start with? What do you think? Yeah, you happy with that?
Do it, bro.
Nice. And we are doing the Crypto Hour of Power. Great song, mate. Good choice.
Yeah, hey, because it's up to me.
He's got control for an hour. It's terrifying
That's
stuff.
right. I don't let Aaron pick the songs.
Oh, but hang on. Aaron on the phone, mate. You should pick a song, actually, mate. We'll get a request from you. What do you think?
Yeah, go on, mate. What do you want to hear?
No, I'll leave it to the experts.
Okay, mate.
Experts.
Clearly he doesn't know us, but there you go.
Well, what song are you going to put on? I said absolutely not.
Oh, look, I can't remember. Oh, that's right. Women in Uniform.
Women in Uniform.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's just, I don't even want to talk to you anymore. All right. Sorry, mate. Sorry, everyone. We're just babbling on.
Oh, yeah, it's just heavy domestic here. It's all good.
Right. Okay. Well, a few things, mate, because I'm on your website now. I haven't had a lot of time to go into it, but I've had a little of a basic look around. So the Swell Network is basically liquid staking made simple, and it's on its own DAO. Is that right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's a good summary.
Okay. Now, DAO, for them people out there, a decentralized autonomous organisation, right? So when it says liquid staking, and well, maybe because we do like to keep things pretty simple, because Aaron's here.
Thank you.
And that's kind of the goal. If we can educate Aaron, we can educate anyone. What is staking?
Yeah, so this particular kind of staking is the staking that's only related to the Ethereum network. So I'm not sure if you guys remember the merge and the kind of upgrade that happened not that long ago, but that's where Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake.
Yep.
And so we're actually part of that staking ecosystem. So the idea behind it is you need 32 Ethereum as well as your own validator in order to become part of the validation network.
Yep.
And then from that, you get staking rewards. You get fees from the network when you make a block. You also just get native rewards that just flow through to your account just for participating. So 32 ETH is quite a lot. I mean, not everyone's made of money. So what's a way to allow people to invest at a smaller clip? And so the value prop for liquid staking is that you pool your money together with other people, and then partner with professional node operators. They run the software, they run everything for you, and then you can share in the rewards.
Yep.
And the liquid part of it is the fact that we've got a token, we're calling it SWEETH, which is Swell ETH. That's now tradable. That's got liquidity on DEXs, and you can do things in DeFi with it. And you now have a token which accrues in value, and this represents your share of your stake in the Swell network.
So, right, there was a lot in that. So, proof of stake basically is you're running nodes or computers that secure the network, right? So, if I send, say, an Ethereum from me to you, it goes through all these computers, and that transaction gets included into a block.
Okay.
Right? So, how does the person with that computer get paid?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So you get paid in a couple of different ways. The easiest way is just by participating in the validation process. So that's kind of where you're, checking over everyone else's work to make sure that they're doing the right thing and you're doing the right thing. There's a small fee that everyone gets. It annualizes to be about 3%. And the more people who go online to become validators, then that rate kind of goes lower. The other way is if you actually are lucky enough to be selected to create a block, you'll actually get a kind of like what used to be the mining fees, the transaction fees will go to you, and that gives you a nice little bonus. And there's a third way, which is a little bit controversial, but is kind of, people have kind of accepted it in Ethereum. There's ways in which because you can choose what blocks go in to the blockchain, you can kind of reorder things in a way to kind of squeeze a little bit of extra money out of the ecosystem. So yeah, those are kind of the ways you can make money through Ethereum staking. Yeah,
that last one is the controversial one. There's a lot being said about that. Okay, so basics again. I give you some Ethereum. You then put it into a pool that secures the network, and then instead of you paying me in Ethereum, you pay me in a different coin. Is that correct?
Yeah, so if you give me your Ethereum, we'll give you some SWEETH in return for that.
Okay.
And then SWEETH over time will increase in value. Because there's two different ways that this kind of works in the ecosystem. There's another token that basically pays you daily. We don't think that's a good model just because, it's kind of, some would argue there's tax implications. It's like receiving income, and you should be declaring that. I'm sure everyone does, but and the other way, which is what we do, is more because the value of your token goes up over time. It becomes a capital event as opposed to an income event.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that. All right. Well, getting into the weeds a bit more, but we don't like to get too deeply. Okay. Now, the DAO and your everything you've got, all of these smart contracts, they've all been audited?
Yeah, absolutely. So we partnered with this group called Sigma Prime. They're actually part Aussie. They are actually one of the developers who make some of the software for the validators, and they're really, really top-notch outfit, very expensive as well. So, we did put quite a lot into making sure that our contracts were audited as well as our processes.
Righty. And just to break it down for everyone out there in Radio Land, what an audit is basically they give the code to a bunch of nerdy coders and devs, and they try to break it over and over again, and when they find mistakes, they patch them, and then they test them, and they patch them. And if you're going to invest in any sort of crypto, make sure it's been audited. Right. But saying that, the code's locked as well? No admin keys or anything?
Yeah, I mean, we still have the ability to upgrade the code because we're not finished as a protocol. There's still features that we need to implement, but we've got processes in place that we try not to put code out there that's not been audited. We also make sure that things will be time locked so people can see what we're doing before we do it. Yeah. So there's no surprises, no kind of rug pulls or anything like that.
And that's what your DAO's for, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, cool. All right, well, that kind of makes some sense. Yeah, well, one thing I did notice about, I'll just pull it up again here, because this was pretty spooky. Where is it? On the bottom of your... join the DAO, best investors. Okay, angel investors. This I found interesting. You got a couple of the guys from Bankless. You've got Mark Cuban. You've got Synthetics.
Not a small investor.
That's right. You've got Synthetics. You've got Balancer, Mars Network, so Ren Protocol. Yeah, dude, you've got a fair bit of people. How did you get these people on board?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I mean, I didn't actually start on with the company. I wasn't one of the founders, but yeah, the guys who started it, I suppose they had some really good connections, and I think there was just a need in the market at the time that these guys were really targeting onto, and I think they were able to get some traction, because I think one of the issues is with Ethereum that there's quite a lot of centralization going on at the moment.
Yep.
There's like a few firms which are really trying to muscle their way in, and we want to even the playing field and make sure that Ethereum becomes more decentralized, because we think that's an existential risk to Ethereum in the future.
Yeah, 100% agree with that, mate, because that can happen. It just becomes so top-heavy and centralised that it no longer has the philosophies of crypto, or my philosophy of crypto anyway, But, yeah, the guys from Bankless, I've followed them for years. Yeah, they do some good work, man. And this Mark Cuban guy, I've heard of him. No, that's quite impressive, brother. Quite impressive indeed. So, whereabouts are you based? I know that you're in Perth at the moment, but where is this company based?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. So, I mean, I think because it's a DAO, it doesn't really exist, but obviously there are legal entities out there that kind of manage the day-to-day kind of affairs. So, I mean, I contract myself out to what's called Swell Labs, and Swell Labs is one of the entities which kind of we're effectively hired by the DAO to develop the software for it. Yeah. And so long as the DAO wants us to continue developing, then we continue developing for it. But some DAOs go a different way; they get different crews in. But yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure what all the legal structures are, but I think I think it's a mix of different countries, because I mean, we're also there's a lot of people from all around the world who work on the DAO. So there's no real center location that you can say that we're really located in a particular place.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm hearing that, mate. With technology nowadays, you don't need a location. Everyone can just work basically from home or across the world, and because even with my people, I've got them scattered all around the place. All right. Well, real simple question. Say I had $1,000, right, and I put it into your pool. Is there a time lock on that?
No. So as soon as you put it in, you can either stake it, or you can buy Sweet on the secondary. You can buy it through liquidity pools on Uniswap or all those things. You're free to do with it whatever you want straight away. You can go and sell it. You can hold it. You can actually put it into there's this protocol called Gravita that you can then go and borrow some stable coins from that, and so there's lots of things that you can do with it, and that's kind of one of the things we've been focusing on is giving the token liquidity, because the last thing you want to do is get this shiny sweet token, and then you can't do anything with it. You can't exit. You can't you can't leave. So we've been really trying to get some utility behind it in order to give it value.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Aaron number one and me were talking during the songs about that. Because I get approached by people all the time. They're going, this coin, that coin. The first question I ask is, where can I sell it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can always have a number that goes up on a screen, but does it have utility? All right, but now you used a lot of techie, nerdy words amongst all that last thing that you just said. Do you have, just say an example? All right, I've got Peter the Pumpkin Eater that's makes candles, and he goes, all right, this is all too weird. How do I learn to stake? How do I learn to do that? Do you have any sort of educational stuff, or how would someone go about this?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question. I mean, I'd say with everything in DeFi is to start slow, not to ape in, not to be too aggressive. Don't think you're going to 10x or 100x overnight.
Yep.
Do a lot of research. I wouldn't recommend anyone go into like lending and borrowing protocols without really considering the fact that you could lose it all.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's like this Aussie guy who bought a mansion for like 60 million. It was like part of the curve protocol, and he's at risk of getting liquidated at the moment, and he's having to move money around, and it's really something that you don't want to do without real due diligence. So no, I wouldn't say to anyone go ape in, go be an LP, a liquidity provider. Don't do any of these kind of exotic things.
Yep.
Just start slowly. Sweet is generally a pretty I'd say like a low risk but also low return play. I mean, realistically, our yields are probably going to be like 3 to 4% per annum long term.
Yep.
And that's not really much, but that's kind of almost like the almost zero risk return play in Ethereum at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Because I mean, we had a few things like Celsius and Nexo and et cetera, that can kind of work out, and it's good to get yield, but you've got to have the safety involved as well, So yeah, well, once again, sort of harping back to it. Is okay. Well, I know very little about crypto, or I've got a MetaMask wallet, or I'm on an exchange, or whatever. When you say, like, because I completely agree with you, like anything that's new, I'll put like $500 in. You know what I mean? And sort of just test it out, feel it out, get to know things, and then as I get more comfortable with it, I'll then sort of put in a bit more. But just say I've got a MetaMask wallet, or I'm on an exchange, and I'm interested in your protocol. Is there people that you can contact, or any instructional videos, or any YouTube or anything like that for people that just want to know how to do it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a very active Discord with quite a lot of people in there who are more than happy to help. I think we've also got a number of instructional videos. One of the things we also tried very hard with the design part of the product is to make it as simple as possible, almost to the point of put your number in, press a button, and you're done. To the level of that level of simplicity.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what it takes. It's just like people that are like crossing chains and this, that, swap, and they just get a headache and just go, it's all too hard, and walk away. Yeah, so you've got all them facilities, and so someone can just get on your website, which is swellnetworks.io. That's SWELL network.io. So on this website, they can get instructions, basically. Is that right?
Yeah, so there should be like a stake now button, and yeah, we've got documentation, and we've also got a Discord. So join the Discord if you want to learn more, and there's lots of people there in the community, as well as people as part of the DAO who are there to help, and people in this journey.
Yeah, cool. Because that's the important thing. If you want adoption, adoption boils down to education. And you see a lot of protocols that are very top end when it comes to the tech and the nerd, but they don't really break it down for the average user, and they're the ones that you need.
And that's how it's going to grow, let's face it, right?
Yep. Yeah, 100%. If something's hard and it's clunky, people aren't interested. All right, we're going to another song. What do you
playing, mate? I'm going to put on, look at this. How about some Screaming Jets? What do you think about that? You happy with that?
Do that, brother.
Awesome. Edge Radio Australia,
See
the crypto hour of power. Edge Radio Australia. Hello with you, with Brandon, doing the crypto hour of power, and we've got Aaron on the line as well, mate. Great to have you there, and look, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Do you enjoy the music, mate?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay,
except for that last song that was picked by Aaron. I've told him over and over again.
Oh, jeez.
I just doesn't get it.
Tough critic. Never mind. All right, mate. Fire into it.
Back into it. All right, Mr. Aaron. This is where, kind of want to sort of scratch the surface and sort of get some feedback is, you and I travel in the crypto world, so we sort of have to keep up, or just want to keep up with what's happening and that sort of thing. But it's sort of hard for newer people that are standing on the outside that don't have the years behind them and all that sort of thing, and sort of looking at, this whole cryptoverse. It is a question that I do like to ask because I have my views, and obviously, you know, I'm quite flexible on them, and I like to get feedback. Is like what? Well, we'll start off with this. What problem is your protocol solving?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the biggest problem that we've seen in Ethereum at the moment is centralization. So there's one particularly large player who's very dominant in the market, and we think that they're an existential risk. Or in fact, you know, Vitalik Buterin himself has said that, you know, if certain parties get control over the network, then you know, Ethereum becomes centralized and
Sure.
it becomes quite a risk to the protocol. So, you know, we want to provide diversity. We want to provide an option, an alternative for people to come and to stake and to participate in securing the network. So, you know, we're not doing anything revolutionary or anything particularly, you know, out of the box. But we're actually being very, you know, we're offering a service that already exists, but we want to. You know, we do have, you know, some innovations and some things that we want to do a little bit differently, but, you know, the core offering is really about securing Ethereum for the future.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a noble cause. How do you guys get paid?
So, I mean, we got quite well VC funded initially. That gave us the runway to be able to, you know, grow the team, to get the devs, to get the you know, all the product, all the marketing people, product developers, or everything we need to build a protocol, market it, go to market.
Yeah.
It was all done on the back of the venture capital funding.
Well, they're going to want their money back at some stage, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. And there is a bit of philanthropy also involved in there. You know, the people you mentioned before, like the Bankless people and Mark Cuban.
Yeah,
they're also wanting, you know, the same things we want in terms of, you know, securing the future of Ethereum, because, you know, a lot of people got a lot of wealth tied up in Ethereum, and we just can't have it in the, you know, in a cabal or, you know, cartel or something like that. So,
yeah, 100%. And like the guys from Bankless, I mean, they have a good philosophy. You know, they basically hate centralised everything in governments and taxation. And
Oh, they fit in around here.
yeah, they're my kind of peeps. I really like it. All right. Well, now's the time to sort of stare into a bit of a crystal ball. Like I said before, is, you know, we do this on a daily basis and, you know, interact with each other and talk amongst each other and all that sort of stuff. Where do you think crypto's going to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
I mean, there's some real usability problems in crypto that, you know, the first time I used it, it was abysmal. Not much has really changed.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys have used MetaMask, it's just the worst thing in the world, and people are getting scammed left, right, and center, and yeah, it's just really clunky. It feels like, you know, the olden days where you got like modems in the early days of the internet. So yeah, dial-up internet. It's just you know, crunchy sound. It's just slow. Everything's bad. There's got to be that tech revolution. There's got to be that kind of moment where people figure out how to make this work, and how, you know, average people on the street can get involved without, one, getting scammed, and two, without having to friggin' get a PhD in physics to be able to figure all this stuff out. It's just huge usability issues. I think that's the number one, you know, latent issue in this space.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I want to get it to a point where people are using blockchain and using crypto and not actually knowing that they are. It's kind of in the background, you know, and it's seamless. Because, yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to, because you and I know how to do swaps and cross chains and all that sort of stuff. But for the average person, yeah, it's not so easy, you know. And once again, that boils down to, one, education, but also making the tech easy. You know, and that's probably one of the biggest obstacles. But do you foresee, I mean, because we can do everything on the blockchain and with crypto. You know, we can do leverage trading, we can loans, staking, liquidity providing, yield income, you know, passive incomes, everything that's in the traditional market can be done on the blockchain. You know, but once again, it boils down to education and making it seamless. Now, do you think you guys are doing that? Is that sort of a part of your philosophy?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time in the early phases before we even built the product, was to really think about the user experience, the user journey.
Yeah.
You know, how do we make this as simple as possible? I mean, we literally got it down to plug in a number, press stake, you're done. Like that's the level of simplicity we were really, really going for at the start. And every time we think about a new feature or a new something that we want to do, we're always putting it in terms of, okay, well, as an average crypto user, what are you going to do? Like, well, how do you think about it? You know, what are you going to see when you go through the steps? And if it's too complicated, if it's too too jargony, then we just got to go back to the drawing board and rethink these things, because I mean, there is a place for that kind of, ultra techie kind of, cutting edge thing, but there's also that just real need to just keep it simple, because some of the stuff is simple.
Yep.
It just gets complicated because, us devs aren't, the best communicators in the world. We're the kind of people who just, we want to hack together some cool tech. We don't really think about the user and how people, perceive of these things. But it's as important to get crypto adoption as anything else.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, because even on Orange Brick Road, the plug, bit of a shill, our courses and stuff like that we've done up, we actually give them to people that have never touched crypto, and then go, can you make sense of this? So they actually learn it themselves. There's no point in, having it with crypto people. Because I'm not targeting them, I'm targeting new people. And that's, pretty much that is the education, and just make things simple, But, all right, we're almost tying up, and I like to do this. What price is Bitcoin going to be in 6 months, mate? Bring it on. And we're going to hold you to it too.
I think we're going to be pretty much we're going to be pretty much range bound until we get to the next halving, I think. So I'm not. I think we're going to be doing a bit of crab walking for the next 6 months. Yeah,
I'm sort of feeling that too. Sort of sideways until May, or something like that. Until the halvening, which is a good time to be accumulating and buying. Because that's the hardest thing, is getting people to understand is, when things are bearish, that's when you should be bullish. Swapping things around. All right. Well, we'll final off. We'll do the plugs.
Plug away, mate.
All right, Aaron. So it was swellnetwork.io. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
All right. And you're available on the Twitter and the LinkedIn and the Fascist Book and all that? Yeah.
No, I don't do Facebook, but X or Twitter is the one for me. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
You've just made me feel so old. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I don't want to be on Fascist Book or Twitter either, but I kind of have to.
Such is life.
But I do. Do we have another minute or two?
Absolutely. Go for it, mate.
All right. Because you're a developer, right? I want to run an idea past you. No, actually, I'm going to do that off air, because we might have to...
Oh, no, look, we're okay. Honestly, I've got 2 minutes. I can give it to you, mate. Look, I can move things around. I've got shells. I can just... Right. Yes, it's all good.
Okay. I had a conversation with a guy, and you'll know who I'm talking about, but I won't mention his name.
Okay.
That you definitely know. And we had a bet that his coin would 10x before my coin, right? Now, well, not my coin, but a coin.
Right,
and a coin that he's into, right? And I'm like, all right, let's put $1,000 on it. And he's like, yeah, cool. All right, just a little bet. And I said, how about we do this on the blockchain, right?
Right.
So it executes all by itself.
Okay.
Righty. And it's triggered, and there's a time frame and a structure, and we both lock up our $1,000 worth of crypto in the. Do you think you can build one of them, Aaron?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Really?
Piece of it. Yeah. Easy.
Because then it is, and this is why I didn't want necessarily. We might have to cut this out, right? Okay. Well, when it goes up in the podcast, is because peer-to-peer betting in smart contracts.
Yes.
Fucking huge.
Oh,
huge market.
That.
And
we're on to something now.
Yeah, because you can just bet with your mate. Just go, hey man, I just reckon that this football team's going to kick your ass by so many points. So peer-to-peer, no middleman.
Okay.
Seamless on the blockchain.
What happened to a handshake? Jeez, tough.
Yeah, that's right, bro. Trustless.
Oh, fantastic, mate.
All right, well, let's work on that, Aaron.
All right, well, there you go. You got a bit of homework there, Aaron, something to take home and
All right. No,
and develop.
We're definitely going to be doing it.
Again, mate, where can we find you guys? I'll ask you quickly, Brandon. Where can I find you on the old internet?
Orangebrickroad.com.au. We got courses, we got private tuition, we got all sorts of stuff.
Oh, it's slices at dices at Julien's. What about you, Aaron? Where can we find you on the old internet?
I go to swellnetwork.io.
Easy as that. Fantastic. Thanks very much for being part of the show today, mate. Really enjoyed that. And obviously, we'll have a replay of this show on Sunday as well.
Yep, no dramas, and then we're going out in the podcast, all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
But you'll get notified with that. All right, talk to you soon, Aaron. Cheers, mate.